This is Tuo. Tuo is the system Ridge now uses to handle tutoring requests and volunteer hours associated with the EndZone program here. What you see here, is the front page. This is what a student asking to be tutored sees. They fill out this form, and tutors that are associated with the class get an email once the student fills the form out completely and submits it. Once they fill out a request, the tutoring request shows up here. Now let's fill up one form out. Mohammed S. 11. I'm gonna pick Latin. Let me check. Oh, I should probably add topics nominative. Days are preferred. Now the days that the student selects here, they aren't hardline requirements for tutors to pick out. The tutors can contact the student, see which days can and can't work for both students. Comments, blah blah blah, anything we need to know, submit. Once the student fills out this form, it's going to show up here. And there's 3 sections: claimed requests, recommended, and all open requests. The recommended that you see here are based off of the classes you select in this box here. So if I were to X out Latin, the recommended would no longer have this in there. If I check my email, this is what the student that asked for a tutor receives. And this is what you receive once you ask for a tutor. Or once you get a tutoring request as a head tutor, or as a tutor, my bad. Going back here, you can add the classes that you want to receive notifications for. So the email that you saw over there, you pick out the classes that you feel confident in, that you can tutor, and you'll get notifications for them. Once you see something that you like, press claim on the tutoring request, and it's gonna ask if you're sure that you want to claim this request. Now this means you're kind of obligated to tutor the student. Just make sure you're sure that you're ready to tutor the student. So if I press OK here, it goes into your claimed requests here. If I were to check my email again, you can see that both students get an email saying that the request has been claimed. This is what you get, and this is what the student, or this is what you get, and this is what the student receives. Once a tutor request is claimed, you have to schedule it, contact the student. You can see their email if you press view. It's listed right here. You just schedule a session with them, show up to the EndZone, and once you're done, you speak to a head tutor about having your request marked as complete. So in order for a head tutor to do that, they would go to view and mark as complete. Now here they would insert the number of hours that you tutored the student. So I can put in 2 hours that you tutored the student, and once I press submit, that means it's done. Now say you're ready to assign your hours. You can see how many hours you have unassigned right here in this box. And if you want to have hours moved around, you can go to the assign out to the hours board listed here in the meta. Once you're there, you can see that your request is right here. Now there are different clubs out there, and just make sure what you have going on is the request that you had just completed is assignable to a club that you're involved in. So if this was a science tutoring request, I can move it into Science National Honor Society. But as a head tutor, I know that's wrong, so I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to leave it in there. If you do have an hour request ready to be assigned, and say this was science, and I move it in there, I refresh this, and you can see the total hours here is unassigned 0. To see what hours you have assigned to which clubs, you can go to the club page, join, and you can see that over there. And you see that you have the hours fulfilled right here. Now if I were to move it back and I refresh, you can see that it goes away and unassigned hours is 2. Now say you are in a club you can go to the clubs page and join or leave. If you come into the end zone and it's a drop-in request, you can have a head tutor press this. They would fill out this form and make sure the tutee's name is filled out, all that stuff, the hours that you completed, and that would be it. Just make sure that you tutor your students on time, and if they don't show up, just let a head tutor know. Keep the information you see here confidential. That's about it. And if you are a club leader, ask a head tutor to make you an admin in the club so you can see the hours listed next to each person's name that they have assigned to the club.